Hello, my lovely listeners. Welcome back to the podcast, or if you're new here, hi, I'm Lexi. I will be your host today. I am so excited to be recording this episode. First of all, happy freaking Valentine's Day, everyone. I hope y'all have the most amazing, beautiful day. Today is all about love, so whether you're spending it with a significant other or your friends, that's what I'm doing, or maybe you're just spending some time by yourself, just do something you enjoy today and that you love, because that's really all today is about, is the day of love, so just enjoy it. I'm gonna try not to make this intro too long because my outline's kind of long. I'm really excited for this episode. It does tie a little bit into the last episode, but not too much. It is a bunch, I don't want to say new information, but it's a bunch of new stuff. I'm not repeating the last episode, but this does kind of incorporate with the last one. I don't know if y'all can tell, but the audio is a little different. I got a mic. I'm hoping the audio is better. I did actually try to record this episode once before. I thought it turned out really good, which is why I'm really excited, but the audio was not great because I tried to record it in my room because I did have the mic, and we're just going to stick to my bathroom. I like the audio a lot better in here, regardless if there's a mic or not, so I guess this is where we're chilling. I mean, I have a chair, it's basically like a desk, so, I'll work with it. It's good. We're just going to do it in here, and the episodes have been going great so far, and all of them have been in here, so why break that habit, or not habit, cycle? I don't know. But anyway, today's episode is kind of funny because it is Valentine's Day. It is the day of love and usually talking about relationships, but that's not what we're going to be talking about today. I am single, so what we're talking about? We're talking about how to be single. I don't know if that's going to be the title of the episode, but right now that is the title that I have in my mind. That's the title I came up with when I originally wrote the outline. I don't know if I'm going to stick to it. We're going to see, but yeah. But this isn't just for my single people. Also, by the way, if you are in a relationship, I'm so happy for you, but this could be helpful for you too. I feel like we should always be learning and growing in ourselves and in our relationships, and I feel like these things can either resonate with you, maybe help you get to know yourself, or I don't know. I really am excited for this episode, and I feel like there's some good information in here because I've also been reading a book you might have heard in my last episode called Conversations on Love, so I've really been on my shit with, I don't know, I guess it's the mood of the month is just love, so I've just been reading a lot about it, and that's all I can talk about for some reason, so yeah, we're just gonna get into it. So anyway, first of all, I don't know exactly who listens to this, obviously. It doesn't give me the names of everyone who listens to it, so I don't know if a lot of y'all know me. So I feel like y'all should know who y'all are dealing with in a way, at least as far as my relationship background goes, especially if I'm going to discuss with you how to enjoy your independence, enjoy being single, which that might be the title of the episode, I don't know, but I feel like y'all should know who y'all are dealing with. So I'm going to give y'all a little rundown of my background. First of all, I've only had one boyfriend. This was going into my also, if you hear ruckus, that's my cats. Just excuse them. They're being a little manic. But I've only had one boyfriend. I started dating him going into my senior year. It was about a year and a half. It was a good relationship. I don't regret the relationship at all. Just things happen. People just aren't meant to be sometimes, and that's just how it is. But from my point of view, I know I definitely had things that I could have worked on and done different, but that's life. It was my first relationship, and I didn't know everything. I still don't know everything. I'm never going to know everything. But there was a lot of things I could have done differently, but now I have forgiven myself for those things, and I know next time how to be a better partner and even better for myself when the time does arise that I have a partner and I can share my life with that person, because tip 1, your partner should be an addition to your life, not your life, okay? And I feel like I lost myself a little bit in my first relationship, and I definitely, again, have forgiven myself for that, but I know that will never happen to me again. I'm never going to allow that to happen to me, and I feel like I've learned a lot about myself and, again, how to enjoy kind of learning to love yourself, your flaws, just the areas you need to grow, learning to love those things about you that, you're on this journey that you're never going to stop growing or learning, and that's beautiful, guys. Okay, sometimes I don't love not knowing everything, obviously. I would love to know everything, but, like, it's also beautiful to, like, learn something new every day. I know that's kind of sounds silly, but, and I'm not even really getting into the episode yet. I kind of need to wrap up this background, but, yeah, only one boyfriend. I was in high school. We dated a little when I had gotten out of high school, but, yeah, only one boyfriend ever since then. I mean, I've gone on dates. High school, I wouldn't say I went on dates. You don't really go on dates in high school. Maybe the new generation's different. I don't freaking know. And I know, like, when my grandma talks to me about, you know, her relationships when she was younger, wow, I really just, like, word vomited way too fast. Her relationships when she was younger, and, like, my mom will talk about hers as well. And I don't know if it's just my generation, but, like, I didn't go on dates when I was in high school, so I wouldn't say I really dated in high school. Like, went on dates. I more just, like, hung out with people, like, boys, and I liked them, but, you know, nothing ever came out of it. And then out of my relationship, like I've said, I've gone on dates, but, you know, just nothing's ever fit. I feel like at the beginning of me when I was single, I kind of tried to fill that void, but instead, I guess a switch honestly just flipped in my brain where I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I need to start healing myself before I could even possibly add someone else to my life. And yeah, that's when I kind of started. I hate saying healing journey because that's like putting a label on it, but that's when I started actually loving myself seriously, like actually like focusing on me instead of focusing on trying to find someone to love me. I needed to love me first, you know? I don't know. I feel like you hear it so much, and I know you heard it in my last episode if you have listened to that one, but yeah. So that's my background. Disclaimer before we actually get into the full episode. I am a 21-year-old girl, and take my advice as you please, okay? If you choose not to use any of it, okay, cool. That's great. I hope you at least enjoy the episode. I hope we have a good time together. I know I'm already having a good time. And just, guys, I'm really just doing this for funsies. I'm hoping that my experiences and things that I've learned along the way can hopefully help someone else. That's really all I hope to do. So, yeah, just quick disclaimer for you. My words are opinions. They're not facts, okay? Just putting that out there. So, first of all, get to know yourself. Date yourself. I've already talked about it. I'm not going to talk about it again too much because, again, last episode, and I've already kind of word vomited about it a little already. But you're not going to find the relationship you want, the friendship you want, even the job you want, if you're really not truly open and honest with yourself about what you want, what your boundaries are, what you do, like what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what you stand for, what you don't stand for. Again, if you know your flaws, like you need to know your strengths, your weaknesses. You need to love yourself fully before you can add someone else into your life. I promise that's the last time I'm going to say it. Well, no, I don't promise, but I'm going to try to not say that too many more times. Okay. But yeah, acknowledge your flaws. Guys, I know it's not easy, okay, but we're human. Like, for example, in my relationship, my past relationship, I was so bad at communicating, guys. I would eat my feelings alive, and I don't want to say it ultimately ruined my relationship because there was multiple things that went into it, and, you know, again, people just aren't meant for each other sometimes. I wish them nothing but the best, but I didn't communicate what I wanted or needed, when I wanted or needed it, and just certain things that would bother me. I was awful at communicating. I thought I could just get over everything that I either didn't like or that I was that I wanted, I guess. I don't know. I was very bad at communicating, okay? But I know that now. And like I said at the beginning, I know not to do that in my next relationship. And I feel as if I've become a much better communicator than I was back then. Thank God, because wow, I was really bad. And I mean, still sometimes I can't form my thoughts the way I want to, and I do need a minute to come back and actually communicate how I think and feel. And I sometimes am just very reactive, but I am aware of that, and I'm working on it. And again, we're learning, growing every day. We're human. We have to learn these things about ourselves, to work on these things, to be better for ourselves and the people around us. I need a sip of water really quick. 1 second, guys. Okay. Next. Let go of what does not serve you. This goes for everything. Again, this is not just for my single people. This is for everyone, okay? You need to let go of exes that don't serve you. Again, if they're your ex for a reason. I do believe that people can come back in your life at a different time, and, if that person is meant to come in your life again, and, it happens. I do think those things happen, and that's beautiful, amazing, but write out the relationship, guys. Don't go back. Don't break the no contact. Don't do it, okay? Because it's just gonna cause confusion for both parties. But let go of friends as well. I mean, honestly, even family, like anything that does not serve you in your life, it has no reason to be there, because you cannot grow in the environment that takes your light away, in a sense, like that tear you down. Like I talked about this again in previous episodes. Like I have friends, I have family members, just treat them awfully, and it's just I understand wanting to keep in touch. I completely do. Like I understand that sometimes you feel as if family's all you have because they're blood, but at the same time, family's what you make it. And if those people aren't serving you and they aren't building you up and supporting you in everything you want in life, and I mean, yeah, they should give you advice, obviously, when you want it, and if you're making a mistake and they see that you're going down a wrong path, obviously, but there's a balance, okay? Do y'all know what I mean? I hope y'all know what I mean. But that's step one, first off. You have to let go of the things that do not serve you, because the things that do serve you cannot find you if you keep chasing the things that aren't meant for you. It's just not going to happen, guys. It's not. Next, set expectations. I know it's hard sometimes because we all love love. We all want to be in love. I had a very big problem again when I was younger, just wanting to fill that void in my life. Like, I didn't want to be lonely. I didn't want to be alone. But, like, even when you're alone, you're not really alone if you enjoy your own company, And I don't know. You just need to set expectations to yourself, and you need to be expectations for yourself. I said that wrong. And be patient. Like, you're gonna have to go through terrible dates before you meet your Prince Charming. Like, it's trial and error. Willow, she just tried to tear my shower curtain down. She's being really manic. I did just get home from work, so I think she just wants attention, and she's trying to get it in every way she can, but it's really stressing me out right now. But anyway, where was I? Okay, trial and error, guys, okay? And you need to be patient, because I promise, like I've been saying, if you focus on you and your passions and what sets your light on fire, everything's going to fall into place for you. I promise. And also with trial and error, like, and being patient, like, I consider myself very young, like baby 21, and I'm going to use my friend Kaylin, for example. She's 26. She considers herself so old. I don't believe she's old, but we're going to use her, for example, okay? Don't ever, and I'm not using her situation either, for example. I'm just using her age, for example, because I don't want to say a number and be like, that's old, okay? I'm not doing that, but she considers herself old and she's 26, okay? Don't ever think you're too old to start over and just settle because you don't want to be alone, okay? You're not, I don't know, guys. I just feel like you're so much happier and fulfilled when you're not with the things that don't serve you, and like you set expectations and you don't settle for a man or a woman that doesn't meet those expectations, because you're gonna be like wanting those things and not even truly like noticing, I feel as if, that you're missing those things. But like, if deep down you know you want those things and you can't live without those things, don't make yourself live without those things just so you're not alone, okay? And also, don't ever, like, again, don't feel like you're too old to start over. Don't ever feel like you've had a relationship that's been going on for such amount of years, and like, say you feel like the connection's not there anymore, and like you are ready to maybe move on. Don't feel like you need to settle again because you're quote unquote too old. No, okay? I don't care if a relationship's been 10 years. Like, we're going to use Vanessa Hudgens and Austin Butler, for example. They dated forever, okay? Everyone thought they were going to get married. No. She just got married to another man. And she seems like 5 times happier, which, yes, obviously we put our best out on social media. So, I mean, we obviously don't know her personal life. But she started over, thriving. And I consider her young. Like, I don't consider her old, but like, she might have felt maybe at one point that she was like, she's been in a relationship for so long, she's quote unquote lost this many years. Like, why would you want to start over? No, babe. It's so much better to start over and find what's truly meant for you and set those expectations for yourself that you know you cannot live without than to keep settling for something that simply just is not meant for you. Like, you deserve everything you want. That's really all I'm trying to say is each and every one of you who are listening to this deserve everything you want in this life. So just don't settle for anything less, okay? I love each and every one of you. I know I don't maybe know all of you personally, but I feel as if you listen to this, we kind of can relate to each other. And I don't know. I know personally that I wouldn't want to see the people that I love on like a personal basis, you know, like say my sister, for example, to settle for anything less like than she deserves, because I want her to be happy. I want her to chase all of her dreams. I want her to find that Prince Charming. And you know what? If she doesn't find him till she's 30, I will be her freaking maid of honor when she's 30. It is what it is. And she might have, you know, her babies a little later, but that's okay. You don't need to have a baby also before you're 30. That's a very big stereotype that we all need to break. Like, yes, I understand, you know, like, it's better to have a kid at a certain age. And I mean, once you reach a certain age, it's harder and there's possible issues. But ultimately, if you want a kid and it's meant to be for you, it will happen. So don't set yourself on a time limit and think that you need to be married by 23 and have your first kid by 25, and so then you can have all the kids you want by the time you're 30 and you're a young mom and this, that, and the third. No. Each and every one of our journeys are different. Set the expectations that you want for yourself and do that. But don't make them, again, unrealistic, because for the longest time, I told myself that I just told y'all. I was going to be married by 22, 23. I was going to have my first kid by like a year into the marriage, maybe a little late. No, you can't plan those things. Life happens. And I feel like when you do plan those things, God, whoever you believe in, spits right in your face, okay? Because it never works necessarily how you want it to, I guess. It works how it's meant to happen. But if you're doing the things that you believe are true and that make you happy, they will happen for you. Does that make sense? I really, surely hope so. And I did kind of word vomit, but if y'all have been listening to the past few of my episodes, y'all know that's a thing. So another sip of water. Next. Be open to opportunity. Okay, this kind of... No, it doesn't. Okay, be open to opportunity, guys. Okay, you're never going to be ready for a relationship. It's never gonna necessarily feel like the right time, and I feel like sometimes when it is the right time, you do get even more anxious because you're like, oh shit, like, is this happening? But like, you need to be open to those opportunities, open to the chance of falling in love and meeting that person. Obviously, don't just throw yourself at people, but like, you need to be open to it. And like, just, I don't know, don't fear rejection either. I have a very, very hard time with this, guys. Okay, like, I will think someone's cute, and I'll think of saying something. Like, I'll think I have the balls to say something, but I won't. And mainly because I'm anxious to have a girlfriend most of the time, if I'm honest. But like, I'll never know. I'll never know if I don't try, right? And I mean, I should. I give advice that sometimes I don't take all the way, but I'm going to work on this too. We're going to work on this together. If you have that problem too, we're gonna work on it together. Because guys, I can tell a girl she's beautiful all day. I will find a girl so attractive, and I'll tell her, like, oh my gosh, you're gorgeous. And, like, I mean, I'll be anxious, but, like, I'll tell her she's gorgeous. But, like, a guy, oh my God. Because what if I start thinking all the negative thoughts? They're not good thoughts, but I start thinking all the thoughts that I know most of us think when that happens. It's like, what if he doesn't think I'm cute? Or what if he does have that girlfriend? Or, like, just all these bad thoughts start pouring in our head. But again, guys, we are never going to know if we don't try. And also, don't ever think anyone's out of your league, okay? Because you're a bad bitch. Whoever you are, I believe you're a bad bitch, okay? And you have all the strength and power in yourself. And you can ask that guy or girl out. You can do it. Or you can just ask them for their name, okay? Step one, just ask them for their name if they're a complete stranger. Just don't be scared of rejection, okay? This is how you find what is truly meant for you. Again, okay? For, like, a real-life example, I really wanted to be an interior designer for a little bit there, and I didn't go to college, so I didn't know how I was going to do this, but I wanted to do it. I do love interior design. I did find out it's not what's meant for me. It's not the job that I want, but I do love interior design. So I thought, that would be a nice job. So I almost didn't even apply for this job. Because I didn't think I would qualify, but it was a job at a closet company. I'm not going to say what company, but it was a company. And I applied, got the job, worked there for like 2 weeks, and I liked it the first week, ended up quitting. Again, this is kind of an irrelevant story, but I learned it didn't serve me. But if I would have never applied for that job and possibly been rejected, I would have never actually gotten the job and noticed, oh shit, this isn't what I want to do with my life. I hope that made sense. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you're never gonna know. Okay, so just go for it. Don't be scared. Okay, just shoot for the stars, and you're most likely gonna catch them. Okay, and then last but not least, this one. Okay, when I recorded this, when my audio did get deleted, I had a very hard time collecting my thoughts. So I'm really hoping this goes a little easier for me this time. But understand fantasy versus reality. Okay. Understanding fantasy versus reality. Okay, so first of all, I mainly am talking about the beginning of a relationship. Before you do get to know all the bad and ugly of the person you do love, that you do end up loving about that person, you know what I mean? Like, when you do love someone, like, you do love the good, bad, and ugly. Like, obviously, we don't love the bad times, but you love that person. So the bad times aren't as bad because you love them, you know what I mean? But this is more towards the beginning, when you're first, like, maybe, like, the advice I've been getting, like, oh my God, like, the advice I've been saying, like, trial and error, you're putting yourself out there, say you have gone on a date with this person, this guy, girl, they seem so amazing, okay? You start picturing your future with them. Children, is this just me? Maybe. But I put this down because I personally have a very hard problem with it, and that's honestly how I come up with all my outlines, is just talking to y'all and trying to heal myself through doing this, and hopefully trying to help someone else, again, like I said. But you start, picturing that they're this amazing person, and they're, oh my God, they're my husband. I'm going to marry this person. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up, okay? Don't make this person a god in your mind, to where if something does happen and say the feelings aren't reciprocated, or maybe they end up truly not being what's meant for you, that you'll be okay. You need to remember the reality of the situation, that you were okay before them, you're going to be okay without them. And I really, really had a problem with this when I, again, first got out of my relationship, because I was very, very, very codependent, guys. Like, when it was like an unhealthy amount of codependence, because I didn't know who I was in all reality. I had just graduated high school. Yes, we were together before, but a lot happened my senior year. Like, again, I decided not to go to college. Like, I was figuring out who I was. I didn't know who I was, and I had a really hard time with actually wanting to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, I was okay with living in this little bubble with him, and when I lost that little bubble and it popped and fucking a flood came, I drowned. Okay, I went down. I was severely like in the dumps for a few months there. I really did not think I was going to be okay, and that's because I didn't understand the reality of the situation, that some people just aren't meant to be there. And I know this. We all know this, okay? And I know it's no easier when it comes to friends. I feel like friendship breakups are worse, but like, we all say that, things, it wasn't meant to work out. It is what it is. Good. The things that are meant for me will happen. But like, I know when you're in that, it feels like nothing's gonna help. Okay, guys, I completely understand because I've been there. But kind of like I said at the beginning, understand the reality of the situation. You were completely fine before them. You were thriving before them. You're going to be completely fine after them. And you're going to go on a whole new journey with yourself. And you're going to meet new people and possibly the love of your life in the future too. Like, because maybe that person wasn't meant for you. And again, if they are meant for you, they will find you again. Just, you're going to be okay. And everything's going to be fine. So just understanding like fantasy versus reality, and that this person is human and they're going to disappoint you, and that's life. But you got to learn who it's worth. I don't want to say who it's worth being disappointed by. That's a really weird way of saying it. But God, I don't know how to word it. I lost it, guys. I lost it. But just understand your fantasy, fantasy versus reality. I've read a lot about this in the book I'm reading right now that I had mentioned at the beginning. I will put it in the description because, guys, it's so good. It's amazing. And I feel like the beginning half, like the girl's story and literally, like, I don't want to say the first chapter because it's not really broken up in chapters. It's a series of people she interviewed and threw into a book and asked just a bunch of different questions. It's honestly just a big interview in a book, but it's really good. Y'all should pick it up. And I, again, lost my train of thought. I think we should just kind of wrap up this episode because I'm losing it. And it's honestly just been a really long day. And I love the way the first episode turned out, but just the audio, guys, the audio, and like wanting to remember to say the things that I had said in the first one is just really tough for me right now. But I hope y'all got something out of this episode. I really enjoyed doing this episode, actually. I, again, hope y'all got something out of it. If y'all have any recommendations that y'all would like to see in future episodes, please, please, please let me know. Review on Apple Podcast. If you're feeling crazy, I think you can leave a comment or review on Spotify Podcast. Either or, just let me know what y'all thought and what y'all would like to see in the future. As always, follow my Instagram and TikTok. TikTok is Lexi G Cruz. Instagram is Lexi Cruz with 2 S's. DM me. Let me know what y'all would like to hear. I love y'all so, so, so much. I hope the rest of y'all's Valentine's Day is good. If y'all aren't listening to this on Valentine's Day, I hope the rest of your week is amazing. And I love y'all. Okay? Bye. Mwah.